Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. I'm Jared Shafran, now joined by the head coach of our women's basketball team, Kendra Faustin. Kendra, season complete here. You get one more final game against Grand Valley here last week, and it's a complete season. Your first season is in the books. How'd it go?
Yeah, well, we learned a lot. We have set the foundation. We spent the year, at the beginning of the year, we were talking about, okay, here's what we have, here's what we want to do, how do we put this puzzle together? And then we had some pieces in and out with injuries, and before the season, during the season, adding some volleyball players that we didn't know where they were. So we puzzled it together. But we wanted to make sure that we were laying the foundation, that we were teaching, and that our players were learning about how we want to play, and that we were also tailoring that to the personnel that we had, and then in addition, certainly recruiting. And so I certainly learned a lot. I hope that I know our players did as well, and I learned that we have some great kids, some great student athletes, overachievers. A lot of them a lot smarter than I am, but I really enjoyed our first year.
Let's get to the highlights here against your final game, and Grand Valley, a team that you'd faced once before here, and at Wink Arena, and a team that can really shoot the ball well.
Yeah, there's no question about that. We knew that they were going to, whether we played man or zone, we knew they were going to take a lot and make a lot of threes. They're just a tough guard. They can really spread you, put five people on the floor that can make threes. I thought we did a great job early making them take tough ones. And here you'll see, I wish we could finish that with the defensive rebound, and Rachel ends up coming up with it. We knew they were going to make threes, and we wanted to make them make some uncomfortable passes and have them take some time off the clock. Quite honestly, it was about some game clock management as well. I think what I was most disappointed with was our scoring effort. And we've really struggled to score all season. We've only scored over 60.7 games all year. So we're gonna have to do a lot of work on that. But I thought, we worked all week on our 1-3-1 zone and our 2-2-3 matchup. I thought we did some really good things in that. And we talked about game plan and clock management, and we did a fairly good job of that as well. Probably the most disappointing about this game is that it was, we were saying goodbye to a few of our seniors and teammates and players, which, that was the last time they were on the court, and the last time that this team was together.
All three of those girls really having a huge impact on the season. Look at Katie Mavis as your captain. Lexi Hunty comes in and gives you a big boost, and Emily Evans had some huge shots as well. All of them playing some good minutes for you, and I'm sure you're going to miss all three of them.
No question, no question. What I'll miss most is seeing them every day, and what the pride that they had, or that they do have, and our program and what they've invested. No question. All three of those young women. I mean, Emily Evans made a game winner against Saginaw, which was, certainly, I think, something she'll remember for the rest of her life, and I will as well.
Rachel McInerney leads you in this game, 18 points, and another great game for her. She really seemed to come into her own as the season progressed.
Yeah. Rachel is so talented, and I keep forgetting, on the court, off the court, she's very mature. And I keep forgetting she's only a sophomore, and then I just look up, thank God, that we get to have her for 2 more years, and I get to coach her for 2 more years. She certainly offensively and on the boards, all year has been our steady Eddie, and she can score in a multitude of ways, and she'll continue to do that for the next 2 years.
Yeah, you've got her coming back, and you see the final score here. Obviously, didn't go the way you wanted, but you can now look forward to a new season, and a lot of other returning girls that I'm sure, some girls that were injured this season, also going to come in and play a role next year.
Yeah, absolutely. So Allie Chrisman, who tore her ACL last spring, she'll be back, and she's a shooter and a scorer. She'll help us get over that 60-point mark more consistently. Freshman Riley Blair, who's really talented, tore her labrum in her hip, which is an injury that I had not heard of, and we had 2 this year. So with 6 season-ending injuries, it's been interesting. But we're looking forward to having those guys back on the court.
Yeah, labrum in the hip.
I didn't even know you had a labrum
That's
in your
actually
hip.
a hockey
Who knew?
specific.
Oh, really? So I could have asked Coach Daniel too.
Yeah,
I don't
coach,
know about it.
goaltenders in hockey usually
Okay.
end up with those.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
might want to talk to.
I keep telling
the
Allie
team
it's
about
because
it.
she played so much defense, but if you've seen Allie play, she's very talented on the offensive end.
Okay, she's an offensive player that we can look out for, and you have some other players as well. And it seemed like as the season came on, you guys were able to do some other things. And although this Grand Valley team was a tough matchup for you, got some big wins, able to defeat Saginaw Valley, which I'm sure was one of the highlights of the year.
Yeah, no question. At the buzzer, they won the North. They were first in the North. Really talented team. Wayne stayed at our place, which was a big W for us as well. Lake State, and in all those games we scored over 60 points. So that's going to be, we're going to talk about that a lot as our goal and how do we get there. And then we have some recruits coming in as well. We have 6 as of right now in our freshman class, and we're still recruiting. So we're looking forward to putting the pieces together and adding some pieces and getting some pieces back. And what we'd like to do, Jared, is keep those pieces on the court. So we're going to do a lot of injury prevention as well.
Yeah, describe how the off-season kind of goes for this team. I'm sure they're already trying to get ready for next year because it's a tough way to end it. But I'm sure there's a lot of different things that go on off the court to prepare for next year.
Well, pun intended, we have a bunch of bulldogs, and ready to get back at it. And I'm making us take a break because we need that mentally, physically, emotionally. Because when we do start back after spring break, it's going to be a lot in the weight room and a lot of skill. We'll do some classroom stuff as well. Just make sure that we're continuing to grow, thinking the game as well as our physical skills. And then, throughout this summer, we're here a couple times. We have some great camps planned this summer, so that's really exciting. My first summer of camps, which, people make fun of me all the time, but I love camp. It's so much fun. So we'll have some great camps this summer. We'll have the group back, so they'll be able to, be together. Working camps, that's a huge team building thing for us, so they'll come back and work camps. And I'm confident in all of our players' discipline and dedication to get done what they need to get done over the summer for us to be better players.
Finally, I know different coaches have different ways, but you're going to have a bunch of new recruits, and they're your recruits, your first class. How do you assimilate them with what's already a close group on the court?
Yeah, well, I think that we're really fortunate that we have some great leaders who will take these young players under their wing and show them the way that we have done things all year. And how we do things moving forward, and there will not be an issue with making this team one.
Coach, thanks a lot for joining us. Congratulations on the end of the first season, and we wish you luck for the off season. Can't wait to get back to it next year.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have Chad Berryhill on set to talk some tennis next on Ferris Sports Update.